Welcome to Stories and Stuff.
In our last video we made a forest for Little Red Riding Hood. Today I'm going to show you how to make houses for Granny and Little Red Riding Hood. To do this you need some cardboard. Cat food boxes are great, or a nice small sturdy box, but cardboard from a cereal box or something like that is fine. Coming up is a list of resources that you will need. Start with, I've got my cat food boxes, but you can use any old box you want really. These are quite good because they're already kind of cut in half. So the first job I've got to do is kind of take it apart, cut it in half and put it back together again. What I need to do is cut right through the middle. This can be quite tricky, so get a grown-up to help you with this cutting. And then I have to try and fix this back together again like that. And I do that with lots of masking tape. So you can see now we'll have a house and it will open up so we can have scenes inside the house as well. To make the roof, I'm getting some card from a cereal box. Okay, so I measure here to make sure that will fit. So if I snip it there, that will fit nicely. Okay, so that will be the roof there. Do the same for this side. You can see that should meet nicely to make a little roof there. So now we just need some triangles to make these a bit more sturdy. So all I do, you might need some help with this, is you draw that triangle on there. And on the other side. And then you cut that out, look. Cut straight up the middle again. And then you stick those on as well. So you can see I've stuck that on. I'm just going to join this together here. And it doesn't matter if it's a bit rough. Once we've painted it, you won't notice any joins like that. Okay, that's one bit. And I'm just going to do the same on this side, and I just need to do that with my other box. Okay, so you can see I've made my two little houses now. The next step, if we're going to decorate them, is to make them as plain as possible. If you've used masking tape, you can paint straight over that, but some of these boxes are quite shiny. If you've got water-based paint, it won't paint on very well, and if you've used sellotape, you won't be able to paint over that either. So I'm just going to show you a really quick way to cover the box, which means you can paint it and decorate it any way you want. So I've got some scrap paper, I've got some paper here. I'm going to glue all over the side of the box, like so. I'm going to line that up there. I don't need to cover my roof, you see. Cut along the bottom there, and I'll keep gluing round. The little tabs you just glue down like so. Don't need to worry about the bottom, that should still open. Yep. And then because I've got the inside, this is quite shiny here, I'm going to cover that. If you're only doing the outside of your house, you don't need to worry about that at all. So you can see I've now covered my houses, whoops, and they're ready to paint. I'm going to paint each one slightly differently. I'm going to do Granny's a nice little white cottage with a thatched roof. I've got my paint ready. I've got white, brown, and I've made a kind of straw sort of colour, but just use whatever you've got available. If you're painting a big area, you need a nice thick brush. If I painted with that, it would take me all day. So I'm going to start with the walls, and if you've got white, sometimes you can see the newspaper through it. Just might need a couple of coats, but that's okay, that does the job. And I'm going to paint all of the walls white now. I'm not going to add any details yet. I'm going to do the walls first, let that dry, and then I can put lots of little details like windows and stuff like that. Now I'm going to do the roof, my kind of straw colour. If you have a hamster or a pet like that, you could stick on some real straw, that'd be quite nice. While you're waiting for your paint to dry, you can start to make things to cut out and stick on. So I'm going to start to do some little windows and the front doors, and you can start to make things for inside the house as well. For example, I'm going to put some little flowers on this pink paper, and that'll be Granny's bedroom wallpaper. If you've got any catalogues at home, you could have a look through them and start cutting out things like TVs and sofas for you to stick on inside. For the thatch, I've got some yellow paper, and I'm just going to do it in strips like this. And then you want to cut all the way along like that. And then I put the glue onto the roof, a strip halfway up and then a strip along the top. And then I do that first. Give it a bit of a ruffle. And that's the thatch part of Granny's house. And then I'm just going to stick some the door and some windows on that I've made for her. And I did this just on paper with felt pen. And cut it out. That's her front door, her window. And then I'm just going to draw some little flowers round to make it look like roses are growing round. Okay, so that's the outside of Granny's house done now, and then I'm going to open up and I'm going to start to decorate and put little things in here.